So, let's march on. We got to set up this team. We got to set up this team heading into the next season. So in terms of our goalies, it is true that Makarov got worse. Makarov and Williams will still be the combination. We are not going to sign Aaron Holloway, who's not all that good. I don't know why it reset that. We don't need to sign Krog. Markkanen's never going to make it anyway, so we're just kind of waiting out his contract. So we are going to look to keep all three of these RFAs around. It looks like we can sign Brandon Whitney for pretty cheap over the next couple of seasons. Eric Williams, who we acquired from the Leafs, and again, we'll have the Leafs' first-round pick next year, which is great. We will qualify him. And Makarov, it's $1.2 million. I think it should be optional for players to provide. If something happens, it shouldn't be covered by anyone else except the player. Yeah, but at the same time, if something happens, it's still going to be a bad look for the league. The league's still going to be blamed, you know? Again, it's the idea that, like, oh, even if in a scenario, in regards to the whole Pfizer, full cage, whatever, players getting cut, it would be as if, say in a situation, if there was a car accident, it was only ever a single car accident, no one's ever else involved, it's just the driver that's in danger. And it's like, well, if you could guarantee 100% of the time that only the driver would be in danger, well, then seatbelts should be optional. No, probably not, though. Probably not. You know? Just gonna throw that out there. Probably not. You know? So it's like, oh, well, yeah, if this guy doesn't want to wear a visor and he loses an eye, nah. No, you should protect that dum-dum from himself. My viewpoint, at least. Anyway. Insert, never played the game, never been in the pro locker room, what do you know, blah, 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 comment. I'm sure that I'll get on YouTube. I get those all the time. Braden McNabb. What are we going to do? Myers, Walser, McAllister, Zadorov, Lukowicz, Ortmeyer. That's the reason they mandated helmets. No, I think a goalie should be allowed to play without a cage. Right? Why not? Why not? Just pop that bad boy off, show off that glorious hair, and take a puck right between the eyes. Don't worry about it. It'll be fun. Goalies who wear pads are soft, right? Stop that shit barehanded if you're actually good. Scrub. I like Braden McNabb, but right now we need to prioritize developing players. McNabb is very well-rounded, but I feel like we can find that somewhere else. If it turned out that we needed it. Same for Gauthier Leduc. I don't know what I want to do at the high end for this team. We are going to sign Dean Vigilante to his ELC now that he's 20. Stan Wiggle. Yeah, you're not getting signed, Stan. Sorry. Reda Kaspar. I got to sneeze, son of a bitch. Excuse me. Do we have anybody else? Thank you, Cody, as always. We need the frickin' sneeze emote at this point. RFA, Alan Caron. Yeah, you can go to. You were just a random part of a trade. Paul Langfield, you are terrible. Hilbert's 19. He was Canadian, right? He was. So we're not going to sign him immediately. He was a pretty disappointing pick. Well-timed, big boy. Well-timed. Tubert's not that good. Saint-Denis. Dean Barch is Canadian. Dwayne Hamilton is Canadian, but he is 20. All right. 2, 3, 4. Gauthier Leduc's pretty much on the outs. We agreed with that. He didn't have a very good showing. He's He's an offensive defenseman who's only serviceable offensively. I mean, 80 offensive awareness. He played 21 games and had no points. It was a -2 in the back half of the season. So we're not even going to qualify him. We're going to let go of Gauthier Leduc. I guess the argument now is, do we roll with Zadorov to be the McNabb replacement, or do we just keep Braden McNabb? Zadorov is pretty one-dimensional. He is defense first. He doesn't have much mobility. He's got a cannon of a shot, but not much accuracy. That's tough. Obviously, McNabb is the better defender. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say Ortmeyer plays in the junior again. He'd have to play in junior again. There's also an argument of let McNabb go to see if there's somebody even better. Because that is a possibility. Let's let Braden McNabb test free agency. I don't feel amazing about it. But we'll give it a shot. We will qualify Nikita Zadorov. Give him a contract for the next 3 years. So he'll be nice and cheap for us. We'll see what happens. Braden McNabb better than Donovan McNabb. I mean, Braden McNabb has a championship ring, doesn't he? I hate to do it, but for the moment, Kyle Beach, Mark Stone, Akeem Alou, we are going to drop them just so I can sort through other options here. I mean, Lebriere's... Oh, God, Lebriere. I don't think I want to sign him. He doesn't look that good. Really doesn't. Hunter Smith, we can let go of. Nick Baptiste is just never going to develop. He can go. Jeffrey Witt can also go. Left wing side, Brett Bulmer. I mean, you just haven't really been amazing. So we can let you go. Stephen Harper, you're gone. Reed Park, you're gone. Lisak was Canadian. Bradley Pruden, you are gone. Centers, Johan Larsson. Gotta be honest, I wasn't impressed. He doesn't really have a spot here. We're going to move on from Johan Larsson. We're going to move on from Kalle Jarnkrok. We're going to move on from Zenon Konopka. There's a chance that Jace Howerluck will be our fourth line center this year. Serge Chevrier, you will be gone. And Jimmy Cross, our 37 overall center enforcer, can also go. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of cap space to play with again, as we typically do. Just kind of waiting it out with player development, waiting to see if any big names are out there that we can time with our team getting better. There are some unsigned prospects that could be signed, but we're not going to do anything until we see what the free agent list looks like. We'll see what happens with Makarov and Williams. It's better to leave them as qualified offers instead of anyone that we send a deal to, because they would be more expensive that way. I'm trying to save money when I have all the cap space in the world. I am the biggest penny pinching owner in this league, damn it. So, goodness. Goodness. Only 29 players under contract. Average age, I know it's cut off right now, but 21.7. Which is pretty damn low. So let's see. Free agents. Braden McNabb's tied with Simon Loaf. Simon Loaf for bread. Might be Loof. Simon Aloof. Yeah, this isn't working out too well for us in terms of free agency, is it? Simon Meatloaf. There you go. Spencer Martin's out there as a goalie. In terms of UFA goalies, Jake Allen is the cream of the crop. Pascal Vlasic, who we drafted a couple years ago, he's absolutely terrible. I love the value at least, though, right? All right. Well, yeah, we don't have much to work with. Let's go take a look at our team and see what we can do. But we do not have much to work with here. Damn. Damn. So if we look at our goalies, at least at the NHL level, presumably it is Makarov and Williams. And then in the AHL, presumably it is Whitney, Auger, and Markkanen. We really don't have any room to sign a goalie. We could, but then we're going to have to trade somebody. That becomes the question then, basically. Do I want to sign someone just to trade somebody else? The answer is probably. I think we need all the help that we can get. Leclerc is a pretty good option to pick up here, given that we drafted him in the first place. I'm not too worried about the RFA goalies because they weren't as great. We don't need Jake Allen. But Pascal Vlasic will get the offer. I feel like he'll have more trade value than Subban, because Subban was Red Star. So, defensively. Oh boy, defensively. McSpank, take it easy. It's good to see you. You have a good one. At least better than what I'm about to have as we try to figure this out. So defensively then. Yeah, that makes sense. We have Myers and Walser. McAllister with Zadorov. And Lukowicz with Ortmeyer. The latter two should develop throughout the offseason to be more NHL ready. We could also go with McNabb. AHL defense is Vigilante with Henriksen, who did not develop as much as I wanted him to. Dyson Mayo with Alexandrov. Tubert sucks. Antony sucks. Foot sucks. All these guys are just terrible. And then we have 2.5-star Musselwhite, who hasn't really done anything. Going to need an AHL level defenseman. That's probably going to be Capwhale, more than likely. So, defense is pretty much set. In terms of the forwards on that right wing side, it is still one TJ Oshie and Chris Stewart, the Blues Brothers, if you would. That's not looking that bad. And then, I mean, goodness, AHL-wise, you could argue sign LeBriere. We'll see if I need him. Left wings. Left wings are still looking better. They are still looking better. We will pencil in Barbashev, Safronov, and Draisaitl again. AHL. I can't guarantee they'll develop. Will be Saprikin, Daniel, Kavanaugh, and Beaverson, which is exactly what it was last season, which I don't hate. Like Lisak, we can't sign yet. Then for the centers, pretty obvious. It'll be Ty Bailey, Connor McDavid, and Zemgus. Probably get somebody more physical to play the fourth line, or defensively sound. Geez, Howard Luck will pencil in for the moment. In the AHL, same with Logan Nelson. And even Colby Cave, even though we know Colby Cave is not going to develop. So, Fred Grant, Canadian, so we probably can't sign him. Left wing wise, can't sign Lisak. We'll sign LeBriere. I don't really think he'll be anything, but we don't. Or LaBriere, excuse me. We just don't have that many options. Our forward prospect depth is getting thin now that players are graduating. Stephen Fallon was Canadian. David Crabb is Canadian, but he's 20. Sign him too for the hell of it. It's fine by me. Fine by me to sign him because he's not that good. So we need quite a bit. We need quite a bit. Let me say it one more time. We need quite a bit. It's the most surprising guy we've drafted so far in these old probably Bailey. There are quite a few guys that do end up developing that never did, and then a lot of guys who did develop that never do. Shout out to Tingler for the 2 months, by the way. Appreciate it. And don't worry about it. Busy times for us all, you know? Busy times. If we look at these defensemen, RFAs, Rasmus Ristolainen, but again, I can't imagine he's going to develop. Brouillard, Hetherington. Again, there is McNabb, but I got to go with those younger players at this stage. Not that McNabb's old, but I think I'm going to hold off on bringing Braden McNabb back. In terms of prospects, it's Gauthier, Leduc, Gernot. Honestly, we're fine. There's nobody that we absolutely have to sign defensively. Marcellus Subban is still only a 50. Certain players just do not develop. Okay. So that right wing side. RFAs, Max Gertz. Yeah, there's really nothing there. In terms of UFAs, Victor Stahlberg, Patrick Hornqvist, Carter Ashton, Cal Clutterbuck. All right. There's some options. Do we have anybody with potential? Stanskoy, Baptiste we let go of. A couple of our former players or draft picks in there. It's not looking too pretty here. They changed the Oilers in-game light show because of me. A lot of people were not happy with those light shows. They didn't bother me as much because I'm just used to playing center and zoning in, but I can't say people were wrong for being like, this is kind of distracting. They look damn good on True Broadcast, though. Well, we need some players. We need some players. I need somebody defensively responsible, first and foremost. Which apparently might be Carter Ashton. A lot of dudes here who are defensively responsible. Shout out to Carter Ashton's going to be too good to play the third line. Actually, that's a good thing, though. Look at the offense. Man, Victor Stahlberg is a crazy good skater in this game. Honestly, red is low, gold is medium, green is high. And then this is exact. Let's go for Victor Stahlberg. Third liner, Victor Stahlberg. I feel like that would be a pretty good fit. He's just super, super well-rounded. He's not the best at anything, kind of jack of all trades. It's a good guy to have on the third line. Fourth line, I mean, Cal Clutterbuck. Cal Clutterbuck. Just have Cal Clutterbuck run around. I can afford to overpay him because we got plenty of cap. We'll try to get Cal Clutterbuck for that particular spot. For the left wings, really nobody to try and develop or anything like that. It's not looking good. Not looking good. So if we were to look for somebody more defensively oriented, that guy's a really freaking good offensive player, but he wouldn't fit our team. Low at an 83. 92 defensive awareness for Jarkko Turtiainen, but he can't skate worth a damn. Carl Klingberg can, and he's pretty physical. So can Tommy Jokinen. He can't skate, though. Congrats to freaking... Well, actually, in fairness, we need a fourth liner, not a third liner. Give me someone who's aggressive. Ryan Clough, Brian Bickle. Carl Klingberg fits the bill. Shout out to Carl Klingberg, former Jet. I would really like him to be my fourth line left wing. You fit the bill there. Finn DeGloria in this series would be perfect. It would be perfect. And then we need a fourth line center. Nobody that we're really going to be able to develop, so it's fine. I need a gritty fourth line center. David Desharnais, the pinnacle of grit. Antoine Vermette, pretty well rounded. Of course, we had Larson before. Landon Ferraro, but he doesn't have the most aggressiveness. James Shepard. Max LaPierre, no thank you. He fits the bill, but I don't like him. Travis Rask, Brad Richardson, Jordan Nolan, but 60 faceoffs. Jesus. All right, for centers, we are going to have to go and sort by faceoff rating and then see who's aggressive. Never forgive Kaspar Dagovins for not shooting on an empty net in overtime game 1 of the 2013 Stanley Cup final. He has a complicated legacy in Boston, let me tell you. Antoine Vermette. Joe Vitale. Go for Antoine Vermette. I mean, Vermette's better than a fourth liner, but that's where we can play him. 35 years old at this point. Klingberg, Vermette, Clutterbuck. That would be a pretty good fourth line. We do need about 2 AHL level centers. God, there's just nobody out there to try and develop at this stage. It's not good. Well, when in doubt, then at this stage, go for the veterans to fill out the roster. Go for veterans, and who better to teach the youngins how to play hockey than Zenon Konopka? We'll try to bring back Konopka as an AHL level player, and let's go for Chris Newberry. Screw it. Just need people on roster. Go with the veterans. Give them a chance to still play. Let them end their careers on a high note. And then we need 2 right wings. Antti Miettinen. The Mettinen. We'll try to bring in. And then for 36-year-old options. Chad LaRose. Why not? So the AHL team will be bolstered by some guys who are NHL caliber, should these signings go through, but no major free agent signings for us this year from the looks of it. Pascal Vlasic did sign, which is okay. Again, we're going to try to use him as trade bait. Goodness. So we have Chad LaRose that signed. Mettinen signs. Victor Stahlberg is here. Zenon Konopka. Cal Clutterbuck. Antoine Vermette. Chris Newberry. And Carl Klingberg. Everybody that I wanted to sign has signed. The last thing we'll need at the start of a season is a cap whale for the defense. We're going to wait to see what happens with our RFA goalies. But for the most part, we're set up. We got a couple of things to finish up with this team. But, you know, not too bad. Not too shabby.